guys, Steven here. Welcome back to another Chinese smartphone review, and today we're going to have a look at the Ulefone Paris. Now, sorry for being a bit late, but I was on holiday in Spain, and yeah, this week you will see a lot of smartphone reviews, so I will try to finish all of them this week, and I think we can do this. Alright, Ulefone Paris, here it is. And if you don't know the specs, link is down below in the description. I don't want to bore you with all this, I just want to get straight ahead and talk about the facts and everything. You can buy this one here from efolkshop.com, link is down below in the description. Price currently €120, something like that. So really cheap budget phone, and also pretty good specs because it comes with an octa core, and the all-around package, in my opinion, it's a quite decent budget phone, which we haven't seen for a long time. So I would say let's get directly started and let's have a look at the accessories and then at the smartphone. Alright, so let's quickly talk about the accessories you get. Now, the phone comes with all the basic accessories, so for the price really okay. It comes with a micro USB charging cable, normal quality, but it's a flat cable, as you can see, it's not a round cable, and pretty good actually. Then the headsets. Now if you're an audiophile person, then forget it, it's a $5 headset, or even below that, I would say $2. Now you can do calls with that, it's okay for that, but if you really want to listen to music with bass, with good mids, highs, then just forget it, get Xiaomi Pistons, something for $20, which is quite decent. Now it does the job, but it's not pretty good quality. Alright, here the charger. Looks a lot like a Samsung Galaxy charger. Well, the design is pretty much the same, as you can see. Here we have the USB port straight in, comes with the correct power socket connector for my country here in Europe, and it's a 5-watt charger. There is no quick charging on the Ulefone Paris, so charging speed is kinda slow, and it charges with 900 milliamps, something like that. So I would say let's do a quick charger test so I can show you the output. So guys, here's a quick look at the charger. As you can see, it outputs 5.3 watts, and yeah, the charging current, it's around 1 amp, and we are charging with a bit more than 5 volts. Now, well, charging speed is not the fastest one, but it's pretty okay, so no quick charging on this one here. And by the way, if you want to see an unboxing, there's also an unboxing on my channel, so make sure you check it out, link down below in the description. Alright, that's the charger, and now let's continue with the smartphone, just a quick walkthrough. So guys, now it's time to talk about build quality, the phone itself, the feeling, and you can find an unboxing on my channel where we had a look at everything, also the weight on my scale, the battery, and yeah. So I measured the battery capacity, it's definitely real. The phone itself feels pretty good, it's really slim, as you can see. Then we have power button on the right side, we have the volume buttons also here on the right side. They are also made out of metal, just like the frame, and the frame feels very stable. So not like on some other phones which are kind of cheap with a very thin metal frame around it. This is a very thick metal frame. There is no inner metal chassis, but it feels pretty good. So the glass here, 2.5D arc screen, that means it's a bit curved here on the edges, gives it a very nice feeling, a good look. Then the home button, it's here at the bottom, and as you can see, it does not light up, but it reflects the light a little bit, so you can always see it. And it's not exactly here in the middle, but we also have here a capacitive menu and back button, but no backlight. That's something I do not like. I think it would be better with backlight. The bezels, quite thin due to the curved design, the 2.5D arc screen, so it looks kind of thin, just like 3mm maximum with all that. At the top we have the speaker, the earpiece is really quite good, and here in the left top corner we have the front-facing camera, well, quite average, and also light and proximity sensor. Then also here at the top of this little beauty we have a notification LED, and as you can see it lights up here in purple. I tried to change the light with Light Manager, but so far as I can see it only lights up in purple. So it's no multicolor LED, but it's quite cool that you have one, because a notification LED is really necessary for me. Now let's quickly talk about the display itself. It's an HD display, and yeah, the resolution looks pretty okay. Now colors and viewing angles, I wasn't really satisfied with the viewing angles and colors, but now with the latest update, the colors have really improved. So it's not that yellow anymore, it's really much more white, and this just looks great. Now as you can see, the colors right now, they are good. Viewing angles, yeah, quite okay. Changes the color a bit, but it's not that yellow anymore. And first of all I thought, yeah, it's some crappy LCD, but really they had some software solution right now, fixed it, and yeah, it looks pretty good right now and really white. So regarding the display, I would really rate it with 7 out of 10 points, something like that, so it's really not too bad. Okay, that's the front side. Then now let's turn it around. And here you can see the back side. And yeah, it's the gray version, as you can see, here with the Ulefone logo. And at the top, we have the rear camera. It should be an OmniVision sensor. The exact model, you can find it down below. 13 megapixels with 1.8 aperture, if I'm right now. And this can really catch a lot of light. So for a low budget phone, the camera is not too bad at all. And here we have the LED flash. And here we have, some metal thing around it, so it gives it a nice look and looks pretty good in my opinion. At the bottom here we have a little slot to remove the back cover, and it fits really tight, so it's pretty hard to get it off. Now here at the top of the frame we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, and we have the micro USB port to charge it, antennas. Then at the bottom we have here the bottom microphone, so this is actually the one and only microphone, so for doing calls or whatever, make sure you don't cover it if you're recording anything. And here we have the speaker. Now the speaker quality, not that good, but always a problem on phones with a slim frame. So you see here the speaker holes, and the quality of the speaker not really the best. But well, for a budget phone, quite decent. Then now let's quickly remove the back cover, and as you can see, this is pretty hard to do because it fits really tight. Bends a lot, but does not break. So here we have the battery, and yeah, the battery capacity is absolutely real. I can show you here the battery, removable, and on the battery it states that it is a 2250 milliamp hours battery. Here you can see the size, and I've measured it, and with the calculations it's around the capacity of 2200, so that's pretty good. Okay, in here Ulefone model Paris. Then here we have the sticker with battery, IMEI number, so we have 1 and 2 because it's a dual SIM phone. You can see here the 2 SIM slots. One supports 4G, the other one then GSM only. You can find all the frequencies later in the benchmarks. Here we have the TF card slot, and well, supports my 64GB SD card. That's absolutely no problem at all. Regarding 128, well, I haven't tried it because I don't have any 128GB card, but some people said it works. 3D sound at the bottom, so the speaker, antenna, and that's basically it. That's the phone here from the inside. So I will now just reattach everything, get the battery back in, and now I would say let's power it on, and let's have a look at the system UI. So ladies and gentlemen, there we go. We're now here in Android 5.1 on the Ulefone Paris, and yes, it's definitely real Android. And well, it's a little bit buggy because if you put in a SIM card, there's usually auto language detection. Now it's currently in German, and if I just crank down the volume, System UI force closes. But this is a common bug on a lot of MTK based smartphones running Android 5.1, also on the Ulefone. So there are a lot of people reporting this issue. Then I will now show you how to fix that, and basically you just have to go here to the settings. You go to language and you switch to your preferred language, and then the problem should be solved. So we can now do this. It should be now in English, and now if I just go down here with the volume, you see nothing happens. So this is a quite common bug, and there won't be a fix for a long time, I guess. But except of that, System UI runs really smooth, no problem so far. So we're now in here, and it's running the octa core, and the octa core, it's a mid-budget chipset, low budget actually, but it does a pretty good job, as you can see, and also later in games you will see casual 3D games, no problem at all. Alright, so let's go to the settings. Let's confirm the Android version. Here we can see under About the Phone, it's Android 5.1. OTAs are working. I had an OTA last week, and it's now the latest version, so there is no update so far. Then let's talk about all the connectivity and everything. So here we have Wi-Fi, and so far Wi-Fi is pretty good. It finds the network of my neighbor, it finds my home network, I get here signal strength good, 65 Mbits, routers in the next room. So that's actually pretty good. Now for a decent budget phone, the Wi-Fi does a pretty good job. We can have a look at Bluetooth, but well, I have to say I've used it in my car, the Bluetooth function, and this was no problem, so there is really no issue. We have here SIM card settings because, you know, it's a dual SIM phone to set everything up. You can change the launcher. I would stay with the launcher-free stock launcher, not with iBingo, but you can also delete that. So that was pre-installed by default. We have here the display settings. As you can see, there is mirror vision inside, but no sensor recalibration. So we can have a look here at storage, and here you can see 10.64 gigabytes total storage, available 9.02, but I've installed some apps already, but not too much. I can mount here my SD card, but I will probably have to reformat it, and there we go. So blank SD card, okay, but it really supports my 64GB SD card. It's from my GoPro. That is why it can't detect the file system. I would have to format it. Same goes for all the other SD cards, so make sure you format them in the smartphone. Now let's talk about the battery. So from my tests, I have got around 4 hours on-screen time. So this is what I usually got using it, casual use, and yeah. So 4 hours on-screen time is not the best, but also not the worst. So it's actually quite okay. And with that, I mean, not usage time, so in your pocket 4 hours on-screen time. If you don't know what it is, then please Google it. Okay, then here we have apps running in the background, so let's check this out. And here we can see running apps, so let's check out the memory consumption of the ROM. And that's pretty good optimized. So less than 50% of the RAM is used. As you guys may know, it comes with 2 gigs of RAM, which is really good for the price. And it's around 500 megabytes used and 1.4 gigabytes of free RAM for your apps and games. So multitasking also working here. No Chinese apps, just factory app. And yeah, that is also looking good so far here under apps. We have 3 finger screenshots, not using that at all. We have different gestures like, yeah, you can see here, snap page, moving hand over the proximity sensor to snap a page. Honestly, I do not use any smart features. I think it's so ridiculous to use it. I just don't like it, but they are also in the ROM. Alright, that's basically it. As always, we have multi-language ROM pre-installed. We have here not the full Android language pack, but quite a lot, as you can see. So most important languages are in there, also Greek, because a lot of people are always asking me that. Alright, that's basically everything here in the settings. Just a quick look at them. Yeah, as you can see, we have the normal menu, so app drawer, everything in there. Pretty stock Android. That's something I like. Ulefone told me they want to have some decent small phone, nice back, stock Android. That's the way to go, guys. Alright, so we're now here in the menu. As you can see, there are some things pre-installed. Actually, we'll just have a look at the apps in a second. Here we have the Android status bar, as always, with all your notifications, button to clear it. Then, yeah, menu button opens up all that. So basically, this is really stock Android. Also here, remove all button to close all the apps, which is really useful. Here we have the Android status bar and the quick toggles. So here the display, you see there are no lags in there, or it really goes from 0 to 100%, if I can say it like that. We have Wi-Fi here. Wi-Fi is working pretty good in my opinion. 3G, well, I had sometimes some 3G signal drops, but it was in the city, so couldn't really say that it is the phone. We have here airplane mode, auto rotation, the torch, we'll check it out later, location, cast screen, different audio profiles. Alright, that's basically it. We can just do a quick call, and there we go. Let's call here some popular number in Austria, and here it is, 147, nice hotline, so I can show you sensors working, so shots of the display, and here you can hear the speaker quality. So well, this is already maximum volume, so this is really not too loud, and also the quality is really not the best. So well, the speaker quality is really not the best. Oh, somebody picked up the call from the damn hotline. But speaker quality not the best, but it's okay. And the earpiece, it's okay, but the normal speaker here kind of sucks. Alright, as always, messaging application, normal messaging application browser, so nothing special in here. Let's jump over to the menu and let's check out what we can find here inside. So, yeah, there are some applications I have installed, like battery drainer for battery tests and everything. And as I have seen before, the battery capacity is real. So browser, calculator, calendar, and the first important application is the camera. So I would say let's go directly outside and let's do a quick camera test to check out the camera quality of the Ulefone Paris. Okay guys, so we're now here outside in my garden to do a quick camera test on the Ulefone Paris, and here you can see the camera and the preview quality. So if we shake it around, it's not lagging behind, so that is looking pretty good so far. Here we have the shutter. Oh, well, I'm currently in some panorama mode. Yeah, we're now here in photo modes. On the left side you have different modes, and there we go. So here you can see the shutter, which is quite fast even with no shutter delay. We have here video mode. Also in video mode, tap autofocus is working, lighting adjustment is working, and the colors here in preview, they look quite okay. We can have a quick look here at the settings, and as you can see we have here all the basic stuff. Here we have the settings for the rear camera, 13 megapixel picture size in full screen and also in 4:3. That's a pretty good thing. I will also just capture here some photos in 4:3. You will find all the samples on ChinaDevices.com, so make sure you check it out, guys. Then now let's switch here to the front-facing camera. Yeah, you can see it's not too much wide angle, but a little bit. Can get myself in the picture, so hello guys, peace. And now let's go here to the settings. Let's check this out here under under the quality, and here you have 8 megapixels in 4:3, and let's see what happens if we switch to full screen. Yes, 8 megapixels again, but not sure about the sensor. Now maybe yes, 8 megapixel OmniVision 2, but lens doesn't look so good. Alright, that's it. That's the front-facing and rear camera. Just a quick look at them, sample pics on China devices, and now let's check out the video quality of the Paris. So guys, we're now here outside in my garden for a quick camera test with the Ulefone Paris, and it's already so cold here in Austria. And you see it's raining. We have, well, lighting conditions are quite okay, but it's a bit cloudy. And here you can see the lighting adjustment works pretty good. Colors here in preview are also looking quite good. Sharpness here, houses in the background, I can now focus on them. And that is looking good so far. So let's have a look at some close-ups. And there we go. So maybe that little thing here, macro distance, it's around, I would say, 8 centimeters, 7 centimeters with the flash, so there you can focus. And well, yeah, it's looking really good so far. In preview, it looks quite awesome. Video quality is now set to fine. We are not using any kind of image stabilization, but if I go around here, that's looking quite okay, but for instance not that smooth just like on the iPhone. Oh, hello fishies. And let's go quickly inside. Let's check out the low light conditions, and it's a 1.8 aperture. The LED flash is currently on, so here in the night you can see my hand. Let's go a little bit around here, and yeah, you can see it's quite noisy, quite crispy, and I would say it's looking quite good. So also in low light conditions, if you take pictures with the 1.8 aperture, you can get some quite decent results. Alright, that's basically the rear camera, and now I would say let's go and let's switch here to the front-facing camera. So guys, here's a quick front-facing camera test on the Ulefone Paris, and oh shit, I didn't shave myself today. But let's have a look at the quality here in the background. You can also see some objects. In preview on the smartphone it looks absolutely sharp. It's not so much wide angle, it's a bit wide angle, so I'm holding it now 60 centimeters, 50 away from my face. Can get my face easy on the picture, here a bit of my body. Well, colors are looking good in preview, but just check it out right now on the computer. How's the quality for you? And let's move a little bit around. You see, it does not distort the picture, so it keeps it quite steady, and it looks absolutely cool here in preview. But once again, check it out on the computer for yourself, so how the camera quality looks for you. Oh yeah guys, so that was the camera test, and so far camera quality quite decent. You can find samples on chinadevices.com. Back here in the menu, that was the camera. It also comes with all the basic stuff pre-installed, FM radio supported, working with the headset as antenna. We have here the Google Play Store latest version. You can download all the apps you want to. I haven't had any application which did say your phone isn't compatible with it or whatever. Okay, yeah, that's it here in the Play Store. We also have your SIM toolkit as always. We have wireless updates, octa are working, and some new Ulefone browse application with a lot of advertising. Alright, that's it. I would say let's do a quick LED flash test, music test, some benchmarks, GPS test, and then you will hear my final conclusion. So here's a quick speaker test on YouTube NCS as always, and there we go. Let's hit the play button. Turbo Candyland, and here you can hear the speaker quality. Well, regarding the clarity, it's not too bad. It could definitely be louder, and there we go. So when there's a lot of bass, then you almost hear no bass because the speaker is kind of crappy. The normal clarity not too bad, but also the volume is not too high. So, well, the speaker's working, but it could be louder, it could have more bass, but the clarity is quite okay. So the speaker's really not the best, but always a problem on phones with a kind of slim frame like this one here. Here's a quick LED flash test, so the lights are off, and there we go. Let's test the LED flash, and here comes the torch. As you can see, really kind of strong, and yeah, for a single LED flash it looks really white. I can light up here the whole desk from around let's say 70 centimeters. That's quite okay. It's not the strongest one, but quite strong here for the size and for a single LED flash. So LED flash is really okay on the Ulefone Paris. So guys, here's a quick GPS test on the Ulefone Paris, and well, as you can see, GPS is quite decent. It's a very rainy and cloudy day, so the weather is totally fucked up. But we still get a pretty decent GPS signal. In the GPS test application we have 18 satellites in view and we have 15 in use. And as you can see, we have a lot of green bars. That means it's a quite good signal. And also a couple of red bars, which means, yeah, bad signal, but only 1 or 2. The accuracy is currently around 50 feet when I'm driving 30 kilometers per hour. So this is also really okay. Now in the GPS test application, the signal looks really good, even though we have totally crappy weather conditions. But we can now go and switch to the Android's GPS test application, and there we go. So the MTK6753, it's an octa-core chipset and it supports GLONASS. And yeah, as you can see, we're already connected to a couple of Russian satellites, 7 and 10 American satellites. And we're connected to 17 out of 17 satellites with an accuracy of around 16 meters while driving, yeah, still around 30 kilometers per hour. And we can have a look here at the signal quality. And here you can see the signal bar, so this is still very decent, even though we have totally crappy weather conditions. Now, on some old China phones I had huge GPS problems, but here on the Ulefone Paris I have to say, thumbs up, great GPS signal. Alright, now here's a quick GPS test in Google navigation, and this is a real GPS test, so we're currently driving from Vienna to Mistelbach, somewhere, countryside. And yeah, as you can see, we're approaching here the next crossing road, and it says here, let's drive to the left, and we stop here and let's take the corner. So there we go. And let's see how accurate that is. Alright, so we did now pass the corner and also here exactly on the Ulefone Paris. So this is really fast and responsive, and we still have really shitty weather conditions. Now let's drive a little bit faster, and there we go. And you see it still keeps up here with the signal. And yeah, on the next road we'll just take a wrong road, so we'll drive to the right and let's see what the navigation software is doing. So how long it takes to reroute and if we can confuse it, because the weather conditions are really bad. But the signal looked really stable, so I guess it will just reroute us, and we're now driving to the right. So there we go. And let's accelerate. And yeah, as you can see, it rerouted us just in a couple of seconds. So GPS here is working really good on the Ulefone Paris, even though we have really bad weather conditions. So far, I absolutely love it. So guys, the benchmarks are finished and here's the result. Now Geekbench 3 shows 615 single core score, 2800 multi-core score, and we can see it's Android 5.1 and the MTK6753, which is a quite decent processor. In Antutu the benchmark, it scores around 30k. As we can see in the ranking, it's around like 70% of the performance of a Galaxy Note 4. We can go here to the info, and here you can see the sensors too, accelerometer, light sensor and proximity sensor, but there is no other sensor inside, as we've already pointed out in the unboxing. Well, it's Android 5.1, 64-bit support, so fully supported, that's pretty good. MTK6753 HD display, 13.3 megapixel camera, and clocks from 300 up to 1.3 GHz, not 1.5 as advertised in some shops. Okay, CPU set right over here, also quite interesting, 300 to 1.3 GHz. Here the 8 core scaling governor is on interactive. Here the device info, so the total RAM 1928 megabytes. Well, shows a wrong screen size, quite common on those MTK phones. No root access, so the ROM is not. Oh my god, those crappy ads, I hate it so much. I think I need to pay for this application if it's possible. Alright, here thermal, so the temperatures, and I've now used it for the whole day actually, and you see 45, 46 degrees maximum, while gaming 48, 50 maximum, so pretty good. Accelerometer, proximity, light sensor, everything is working in here. Then regarding stage fright, yeah, now with the octa, also this stage fright application is working, and you see here it tests also those frights, and you see it's vulnerable to stage fright, like most of those MTK based phones, because they run all some very similar ROM version. Okay, then we can have a look, for instance, at I would say that's basically it. I will do just a quick speed test here. Now here's the speed test result, and as you can see, 21 Mbits down, 4 Mbits up, and this is on 3G speeds because I don't have a 4G contract. So this phone is really pushing 3G to the limit, which is really good. And also on 4G you will get pretty good speeds, but honestly I couldn't test it because I don't have a contract. But I can show you the bands, and we can go here to band mode. So as you can see, SIM2 is GSM only, and we can go here to to SIM1. And here you can see we have quad band on GSM, we have here some UMTS modes, so 3G, and here we have band 1, band 3, band 7, and B20 for 4G LTE. So that are the frequencies which you should also find down below in the description. Alright guys, that's basically it, and now let's do the gaming test. So here's a quick gaming test in Really Racing 3, and this game is pretty graphic intense, so there are some lags, but the MTK6753 is still a quite decent processor for a low budget, and you see you will have some lag spikes in between when you're gaming, but if you for instance play 2D games, then this is absolutely no problem. 3D games, well, Modern Combat can be a bit laggy, also Really Racing here if there are a lot of cars around you. It's not so much fun to play like for instance the X10 or some Snapdragons, but still quite decent for the money if you keep in mind that this phone retails for a very low price. So also as a kid's phone, this is absolutely more than enough, and I think the gaming performance is also really okay. So guys, we're now here at the end of this review, and here comes my final conclusion about the Ulefone Paris. You did maybe feel it during the review. I really like the Ulefone Paris. It's a great little device, even though some things could be better, like the battery lifetime with 4 hours on-screen time, could be better in my opinion. The display, now not so happy with the panel, but for the price definitely okay. And now with the latest octa, also that yellow tone is gone. Then the cameras, they are okay, so just average, battery lifetime average. What I really liked actually was the fact that you have a notification LED. What I didn't like is that the fact that it's not multicolor, so it's just purple. Now the performance of the MTK6753 with 2GB of RAM is really decent. Now the internal storage is quite limited, but you can extend the internal memory with SD cards, 64GB, not a problem at all. Now the battery lifetime, as I've said before, is quite okay, could also be better, but Ulefone does not cheat on the battery lifetime. The ROM was quite bad optimized on the B-Touch 2, so that's why the fingerprint scanner drained it really a lot, but here on the Paris, no fingerprint scanner, just basic analog things. Actually, the ROM is also quite okay, just that one bug that crashes the system UI. As I've shown you, just change the language and it's gone. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so Ulefone Paris, thumbs up. Thanks to Ulefone for sending this one here out. It's a really nice device, and thank you guys for watching. So have a nice day, see you in the next one, and bye bye.